Hi, I am Dr. Keisha Samuels, and I have the pleasure of interviewing and spending a little bit of time with my amazing husband.
Jason Samuels. I am seeking re-election to the Hampton School Board, where I'll be serving my fourth term.
Awesome. 4 terms
Yes,
serving
ma'am.
this community. When you're not in meetings, when you're not in the boardroom, what are some of the things that help to keep you grounded?
Being with my family, being out here in my gardening, and also spending time with young people, being a mentor to them, making sure that they're on the right path, and spending time with family, because that is important.
So, Jason, what did family teach you about hard work, responsibility, and showing up for others?
See my grandparents work, get up every morning, Papa getting up at 3 o'clock, going fishing, coming back 11 a.m., 12 p.m., selling his catch. See Mama wake up about the same time to open the shop. Those taught me hard work, taught me values, it taught me family commitment. Committed to the fact that my grandparents had 9 children, and they worked extremely hard to ensure that all of their children were successful, graduated from high school, graduated from college, although Papa had only had a 3rd grade education. Mama had a 6th grade education. They knew the importance of education. And although they did not get an education, they worked hard enough so all their children and grandchildren receive an education.
Wow, those humble beginnings can really create memories. What is a memory from growing up that still influences how you move through the world today?
Wow. If I can be candid, I remember I was in Arledge School in Jamaica, Alligator Pond, Manchester, and we had the opportunity to go to the zoo. And I approached my grandfather about buying me a new shoe because I had a hole in my shoe. My grandfather said, "Jason, I can't afford a new shoe." And so what he did, Papa took my black school shoe, he polished it. He placed the cardboard in my right foot, my right shoe, and he said, "Jason, you're going to walk. You're going to walk with your head up, and no one will know that you have cardboard in your shoe." That is a memory that has stayed with me to today, to being committed, to let not your situation determine what you can accomplish in life. If something happens, learn from it. If you have a deficit, learn from it. I had a cardboard in my shoe. No one at that zoo knew that I had a cardboard in my shoe. And I love Papa to this day for placing that cardboard in my shoe.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
So, Jason, what made you decide that servicing your community was more than just something that you cared about? That it was something that you needed to step into?
That's a good question. Being a social worker for the city of Hampton, Department of Human Services, and working with families, and just seeing families being successful once you're able to link them with resources, services. And so I utilize those same skills with working in the school board to making sure that we link individuals with resources and services to make their lives better so they can become self-sufficient and independent. It's the same process as a social worker. Individuals in that ecosystem. What are the weaknesses and what are the strengths? So I'm highlighting working with our families from the strength-based perspective.
Thank you. So, Jason, was there a specific moment, conversation, or experience that made you say, I have to do this work?
Yes. And I be very honest, serving as the director for the foster care program, and applying for grants for the city of Hampton, I came across some data that was very startling, where only 76% of our third graders were reading at third grade level. And when I do a correlation, only a certain percentage of our seniors were graduated in time. So that information or data were parallel with each other. So I wanted to make sure that we focus on early literacy. And that was my focus, making sure that our children are reading on third grade level so they can matriculate with their peers.
So, Jason, can you share with me what does hard work look like in your life, not just professionally, but as a father, as a neighbor, as a mentor, as a community person?
Hard work to me is being committed to a goal. And being raised by my grandparents, and just seeing how hard Daddy worked to ensure that all of his children are educated, receive a high school education. That is my foundation. I want to work to make and strive to make sure every student in Hampton, not only in my primary family, but every family in Hampton are successful. And that is hard work to me. You get up every day and you have the desire to ensure that people's lives are better.
So one of the things that I think often people don't understand the position of school board. Can you share with us sometimes what is misunderstood about the work that a school board member does?
People often think that we can get involved in personal issues. Unfortunately, we can't. But there are three objectives of the school board. It's to hire superintendent, approve the budget, and approve policies. And so people really don't have a understanding because they believe that we get in the day-to-day work of the superintendent. No, we do not get involved in the day-to-day operation. However, we can identify goals and objectives so the superintendent can put it into his strategic plan for the next 5 years and so for example, one of my goals for the past 4 years was to ensuring that our coaches' stipend were adjusted because over the last 15 or so years, they did not get an increase in their stipend. So those are some of the things that I can do as a school board member with the budget. Unfortunately, a lot of our community citizens do not understand that.
When you think about Hampton's children and families, what gives you hope?
That is a great question. What gives me hope is that we have a group of people working together. Hampton City Council, Hampton School Board, community stakeholders, working collaboratively to ensure that our school division and our city is moving forward. And it gives me hope that we are on the same page, we're on the same path. As we have noticed, and what we have done in the city of Hampton and Hampton City School, each year our numbers continue to grow. We do not rest on our laurels. We do not rest on our accomplishments. There's always more to do, and that's the reason why I would like to continue to serve on the school board, so we can continue to move the needle to ensure that every child, no matter what their zip code is, every child is successful when they enter Hampton City School and when they leave Hampton City School.
So Jason, could you please share with me what kind of example do you want young people to see when they see Jason?
Them to see a hard worker, family, devoted husband, devoted father, a person who's devoted to their community, a person who's transparent, a person who is approachable, and a person who is goal.
If a parent, teacher, student, grandparent only remembers one thing about you after this campaign, what do you hope it is?
One word: committed. Committed to ensuring that every child, no matter their background, their zip code, when they enter Hampton City School, they are better, commitment.
I thank you so much, Jason. This has been just incredibly enjoyable to just speak to you from this lens. Although Jason is my husband, to speak to him from this lens, I'm truly honored and I'm truly blessed.
Well,
I wish you luck.
thank you. And I'm also glad that, this video was shot in my backyard, in my garden, which when we moved here in 2006, there was nothing back here but dirt. Nothing back here but dirt. And I took it upon myself to make sure that I transformed this backyard. That's the value and that's the work ethic that I want people to see. From nothing, you can create